Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and Bitcoin is hanging on to its bullish momentum up over 63,000, spreading that liquidity around. It was about 12:30 p.m. here in Japan when it reached 64,600 range. Yeah, it's backed off just a little bit. And at that same time, SUI was just under $1.65. Now, I've been talking a lot about this publicly since May, and Raoul Paul is correct. We should not fight momentum, and it is important to have a mercenary mentality. I believe SUI is the chosen one for this bull market by those whales who impact this space, also by those VCs and by those hedge funds. And I see it bound for a price range near Solana. I'm just sharing what I believe is going to be my biggest percentage gainer this run. It's up 63% on the 30-day, and I think it's just getting started. And it's backed by tons of fundamentals. The most important one just broke that it has over 900 million total value locked up. Now that's coming in at number 8 for all chains of total value locked. That's a huge percentage increase in just 1 year, 3,285% up. And as they say, there's still 8 days left of Sweetember. And the dollar, despite what you hear from the gold bugs are telling you, it is going to be stronger than ever with the number of stable coins that are being released that are backed by the US dollar. Over 99% of the stablecoin market is pegged to the US dollar, and it's only growing. It's penetrating the global economy, already settling trillions annually. Revolut, Goldman Sachs with Coinbase, BitGo, Ripple, they're all jumping in. And yes, Tether is nearing that $120 billion market cap, and it is a big deal. A shout out to Expector for the 10,000 unique avatar NFTs designed for more than one blockchain. Let me say that one more time. Designed for more than one blockchain. I minted mine. I minted at no charge because I had one of the NFTs, but I added one more rare one, so I think I'm ready. Moving right along, the Triskelion on the archived Ripple forum site still works. Can you believe that? It is connected now only to the Wayback Machine. For the last 2 days, I've been spending a little time on there because should we see the DAO come to fruition for the XRPL community, the archived pages of what's left of the old Ripple forum are interesting. And it's a place that if you spend some time, especially early back in 2014, 15, 16, the community conversations that were hot topics then are still active topics today, like Ripple marketing, bots, proposals. I think it's a good study and insightful for the future thinking on governance. And the most interesting communication I came across today was the announcement when Jed gave everyone a heads up that he was going to sell all his XRP. And it is confirmed that this is his post because he wanted to be sure that he signed it with his public keys so that it could be verified. And indeed, it was his. And as many of you know, he was put under a restriction as to how much he could sell. And yeah, finally, we watched that trickle out for years. And it is finally all been sold. FOMO has created a unique graphic, and you can clearly, with this graphic, see the slower validators. So he's observing the network through a node. How interesting is that? And he can change the location of the node that he's listening to, and the values will be different. So speaking of nodes and hubs, the sixth UBRI Connect, hosted by Ripple, had 58 academic partners from over 30 countries show up at their event just a few days ago to discuss innovation on the XRP ledger and world-changing research. Yeah, the research that came out of this group is really astounding. There is a report, and I highlighted it for a few of the node operators, and the new hub operator from Kuwait, that's XRP Kuwait, he retweeted it right away. This research shows that the XRP Ledger Consensus Protocol is vulnerable to targeted attacks. Specifically, an attacker only needs to disconnect 9% of the highest degree nodes to halt the blockchain. A mitigation proposal strategy that maintains critical XRP ledger network topology properties while increasing the robustness up to 45% was given in one of these reports. And the paper, they measured the classical network robustness of the XRP ledger and showed that the network fully fragments once 20% of the highest degree nodes fail. So they introduced this novel, more strict quorum robustness metric for the Federated Byzantine Agreement protocols. And they measured after 9% of the highest degree nodes fail that the XRP Ledger Consensus Protocol will halt. So they have proposed this strategy, which I think is very useful. And it is one of the research projects that's in the 2024 UBRI research report summary. 34 pages of the abstracts with links that'll take you to the actual report. Everything from the impact of Bitcoin futures, zero knowledge proofs. That's a really interesting technology for sure. Consumer resistance in crypto payments, decentralized governance, cyber crimes. I mean, it's just wide and interesting. And continuing to move along, I'm going to launch a brand new YouTube channel, actually 2 new channels. First one is 3 Big Waves. It's going to be complementary to the new business that I'm going to be launching with 2 other XRPL community members called Onami Press. And this is really a passion project for me. It's going to, I think, really help me in being the best I can be for this new business, Onami Press. And also, I plan to refocus and kickstart my fluff channel. I actually started this 3 years ago, got kind of sidetracked, I would say, but I am really getting back focused on that. Sticking with fluff for a bit, I don't know if you saw this, but I posted it on X. That was the evening news here in Japan celebrating Shohei Otani, the slugger and base stealer on the Dodgers, when he joined the one-member 50-50 club. That's 50 stolen bases and 50 home runs. And it was so special that there was a Kishibun issued, which is a single sheet newspaper that is handed out just within the hour of an announcement at the train stations. And they're very rare, very collectible. And they did that for Shohei's achievement. I'm going to drip feed you this information because, wow, there was so much in this hour-long conversation with Jeff McDonald. I want you to really know who Otto blockchain is. They're the first blockchain to be integrated with the Ripple custody, and they are a bit different, as told by Jeff McDonald here. He is the key person behind Futureverse and the Otto blockchain. It's an advanced finance, permissioned, decentralized, and something dear to my heart, it retains your privacy. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening. Do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
My name is Jeffrey McDonald. I live in New Zealand and I'm part of the team behind Futureverse. In 2016, we started in building a an idea of building a blockchain that connects the assets of multiple chains into a permissioned environment. And we were very successful in being able to create the plug toolkit back in those days. That project went live, and the plug toolkit became open sourced, which was very exciting. And the team who have worked, extensively with Substrate and also in, the core development of that, were looking for the next challenge. And that challenge for us was to advance decentralized finance into fintech. So fintech is a very important part of what we see as digital finance and the future technology that people will be engaging with. Very excited about Otto and the blockchain. It's a permissioned chain, and it is being specifically built to enable your original assets to remain on the chain that they're in, and be used within a blockchain specifically for financial products or financial service providers to be a bit safer, a little bit more information and disclosure, and closer to what you would expect in the fintech world. Otto blockchain's a bit different to what you're used to in blockchains. If you think of it, it's a blockchain technology and distributed ledger that functions exactly as that would, but it's prefixed with a real person account attestation. And you're going to hear that word attestation a lot as we talk. For example, when an app has a regulatory requirement, it can specify that in its code, and only addresses with that attestation for that requirement are able to interact with it. This way, you as a user can comply with the attestation level required for that app. So whatever the legal opinion is for that service provider, you're already pre-approved, or your address is pre-approved to interact. By binding addresses and sending an attestation to them that complies with the app's requirement, you are capable of interacting in a decentralized way while retaining your privacy.